years ago, Batman called upon heroes from a parallel Earth with its own Batman and its own Superman to save our world. This was the first alternate universe we discovered, but now we know there are many, many others. Infinite Earths, forming a vast and endless multiverse. These infinite Earths bring infinite possibilities, infinite heroes, infinite villains, and infinite crises. To monitor such dangers, Brother Eye is equipped with the latest source energy scanners, enabling it to search the multiverse for threats to our world and others. Threats that require intervention. Succeed, and you will ensure peace and security throughout the multiverse. Failure is not an option.
Okay, so this is Captain Sam G, and I figured before we move on to a different game, we take a look at the multiverse. So, this is the multiverse. All these worlds stay up for a certain amount of time before dissolving into nothingness, except for the battle simulator, which acts as an arcade ladder mode. So, let's go on to the planet No Comfort. All of these worlds have names of missions rather than the world names, because they're all supposed to be Earth. I don't know what the hell happened to this Earth to make it blood red, but apparently that's a thing. So let's go into No Comfort and Deathblade. So level 1 to 20, that means whatever level character you play as, the mission will adjust so that the enemy you're facing off against will be level whatever character you're playing as. So Dr. Polaris has been sighted above your location. Beware of magnetic anomalies. So sometimes, well, not sometimes, you always get these tiny little bits of story, and it's to make you think that, yeah, there is a superhero or supervillain somewhere around actually affecting things. But what it really means is there's a slight modifier. So sometimes it'll be that skulls are slowly raining down onto the battlefield, and if you go into them you lose a bit of health. In this, I don't know. Magnetic anomalies, maybe huge chunks of metal will fly into us. Let's find out. And I'm going to be playing as Darkseid, seeing as we never got to see him before playing through the normal game. We didn't get to play as him and he didn't show up. Now, as you see him here, this is his normal standard look. As I go into the game, I'll be changing to a different loadout that will be quite a bit different from this. Basically, the gear loadouts just give you enhanced sets of power. As you can see top left, I've got my strength, ability, defense and health. Those numbers will be affected as I go to a different gear loadout with a bunch of armor slapped on. It's basically impossible to make a character look like a different character via using color shaders and gear. It just makes them look wildly different, that's all. Just slap on a bunch of armor on top. So, going to be playing through this, and whilst I could use the fact that this is a multiverse event to sort of explain away why Darkseid fighting against Catwoman or something is a legitimate matchup, because hey, on this world maybe Catwoman is supremely strong. Despite that, I'm still going to back in and out of the mission a bunch, try and get a really, really good selection of matchups that are worthy to fight off against Darkseid. And actually that is pretty good. You know what? I'm going to leave it, because otherwise I would be having to back in and out of the mission like 100 times trying to get the perfect matchup without Joker or someone being in the middle and screwing it all up. But yeah, that will do. And playing on normal.
This planet bows to Darkseid.
Guess I'll be late for work. Again?
On your knees, fool.
Begin.
So yeah, as you can see, Flash and Darkseid a bit different than their usual costumes, and okay, I guess that is the magnetic anomaly. It's just a bunch of blades soaring through the ground. Gonna have to watch out for that. And I have been practicing as Darkseid, the best thing for him is to play the keep away game, because yeah, you've got parademons he can summon in with his
Witness how a true god battles.
wow, yeah, doing really, really well at the moment. Parademons you can summon in to help you out using your special power. Jeez, those blades are just relentless. And of course, you've got the amazing zigzaggy beams just going all over the place. And they're great because you can... oh god. Damn it. Just as I was doing my attack. But it's always good to see Flash's finisher. Although it's hardly a finisher because I've got a ton of health. And yeah, you can direct the beams to zigzag downwards or upwards as they jump in the air. It's really, really handy. And it's such a great tactic.
Darkseid wins.
Keeping... man, it's a great victory pose as well. Yeah, it's just a great tactic, being able to keep the enemies at bay and, you know, until they learn and start blocking and moving in. It's just really handy, keeping them at bay, stopping them from attacking you, and getting a bunch of hits in. And of course it's brilliant to be able to zigzag the beams up and down, so they can't jump, they can't duck, just the whole screen is covered.
My Omega beam.
My tech will see to that.
Your vanity will be your undoing.
Begin.
Yeah, sorry Cyborg, you're going down. If the Flash couldn't beat me, you've got no chance. Okay, so it seems like for each of these stages, or maybe the first two at least, the magnetic anomalies, it's just a saw blade spinning through the ground over and over and over, back and forth. And yeah, as you can see at the bottom, land 10 heavy attacks
Tremble at the might of Darkseid.
during the match. Doesn't give you much, it's just a little bonus to the prizes you earn, so credits, maybe a bronze mother box, but that's about it. And I've got millions of credits, so no point in even me trying to do that, because as I was messing through the multiverse, and let's see if this is enough to... damn it, he blocked it anyway. As I was just playing through the multiverse on my own and trying to earn tons of source crystals and stuff, yeah, not so fast. I completed hundreds of these challenges and they don't get you much.
Darkseid wins.
In fact, focusing on trying to complete the challenges, get a certain amount of light, medium or heavy hits in, do a bunch of jump attacks, it ends up more bad than good, because you focus so much on trying to complete the challenge that you get yourself wrecked in the fight. But yeah, doing excellently so far, playing as Darkseid. I do have a little something I think I'm going to reveal by the end of the fourth fight, though, as you watch the fifth.
So you would aid my conquest, Cheetah.
Humans are sheep. They shouldn't rule.
Oh, good. Oh, goody, goody, good. And for some reason this has been happening over and over and over. I don't know what, but since the last update this game has had, lots of errors. Well, you know what? Seeing as the game screwed up, I might as well switch from no comfort to no regrets. And let's play through Dreamland and see what the Sandman deployed knockout gas to pacify violence in your area actually is. Because you don't want to just see that saw blade roaming back and forth again and again and again. As I said before, there's not a lot of story to these, it's just a tiny bit of text. Nothing actually gets affected in the game apart from a slight modifier, and if you've seen a modifier once, you've seen it 100 times, because it doesn't change. So yeah, let's see what this modifier will be. And yeah, I'm going to be backing in and out of the mission until I get a really good matchup once again. Hopefully I'll get a good one first time though. I cannot help it. Jesus, come on game.
Feel the fury of firestorm.
But it's fine. Or maybe it's still fucked. You know what that's gonna do, because I've gone through the matchups backing in and out about 30 times and having the game turn itself off and just screw up multiple times. Jesus, Injustice 2 updates have not been very good.
I command you to die. You will die for such insolence. An oath you will not keep.
Begin.
Yeah. The opening statements don't always make perfect sense. And yeah, it looks like the modifier for this isn't something that, wow, alternate Darkseid is doing terribly at hitting me with his I-beams. The opening dialogue where they talk smack to each other doesn't always make perfect sense. Sometimes it's a little bit off. And yeah, so the modifier for this isn't something that comes in off screen
The anti-life equation will be mine.
and hits either one of us. Instead, it's something that just... damn it. Instead, it's just something that happens to me, and me only. Makes me dizzy for a second. As you can see, just beneath my health bar, there's that symbol with the zzz on it. So yeah, it just affects me. Every now and then, I'll get a little bit dizzy.
Enjoy your last moments, worm. Darkseid will have victory.
Well, I mean, no matter what happens, Darkseid will definitely have victory. Maybe you want to clarify a little bit better. And yeah, the worst modifiers are easily the ones where it just degenerates your health and not the opponent's. Just over time your health will slowly go down. And you can't stop it. Okay, almost done. Ooh, tried summoning in his own parademon. Jeez. Could barely tell what happened there.
Darkseid wins.
And the reason why I couldn't tell what happened there is because, as I go up against Swamp Thing, I shall reveal, I'm not actually playing this. I'm not playing this at all. All I'm doing is hitting X to continue to the next match. I'm having the AI play for me. Because of gear loadouts.
This planet bows to Darkseid. The Creed bows to no one. You will, Avatar.
Begin.
The gear loadouts, you can select how the AI will have their gear and how strong they'll be and stuff like that. So when you go to the Multiverse or the Battle Simulator Classic Arcade mode, you can just select the AI to fight for you. So equip the AI with all the best gear you've got, and then have them do all the work whilst you do something else. And you may think, what the hell, why is he telling me this? It's because in order to unlock character endings, like with the last Injustice game and with all Mortal Kombat games, you have to go through the arcade ladder mode.
Tremble at the might of Darkseid.
And in this game at least, for each character you have to fight through at least 5 battles in order to unlock their character endings. And with there being currently 30 characters you can get endings for, it becomes a bit tedious. You may not want...
Now comes the fall. Darkseid will have victory.
to bother yourself doing all of that, fighting through so many matchups over and over again. Or going to the Multiverse and trying to fight through tons and tons of challenges in order to earn source crystals, so you don't have to waste so much money buying the alternate skins that give you new characters. things like that. The AI becomes amazing because instead of wasting hours and hours and hours and hours just fighting through the same fights really over and over again with maybe slight modifiers, whilst you're on the computer just doing something else every now and then,
Darkseid wins.
just press X to continue the matchups as the AI fights for you. It's very, very damn handy. And last battle, maybe, unless the game screws up once again, Supergirl versus Darkseid. I think I know who's going to win, especially as the AI for Darkseid pretty much always wins, whatever AI you have fighting for you.
I will break you for granny goodness.
Ooh, pinky swear?
Serve me and rule galaxies.
Begin.
99% of the time will win. And it's mostly just amazing being able to watch the character that you can play as doing so much better than you, able to chain together all these different attacks and teleport in and out and block perfectly when he needs to, and basically just do things that you never possibly could because you can't do things fast enough or react fast enough. It's like pixel perfect. So, I hope you enjoyed this little insight into the multiverse, getting to see Darkseid, and my little tip on how... Oh, I just noticed that's Jor-El in the background in that crystal. Nice. And yeah, being able to do this also lets you appreciate the background because you're not having to focus too much on actually playing the game for yourself.
Yield, girl, and be reborn as my weapon.
So I hope you enjoyed this tip as well for how to unlock character endings and just being able to fight through tons of fights, earning source crystals and stuff without just grinding through it yourself, just letting the game do it for you and occasionally pressing X. So,
No, don't you feel silly?
until more stuff for this game comes out, you know, Red Hood, Starfire, Sub-Zero, all the different packs that are supposed to be released, I'll be moving on to a different game and occasionally revisiting this. And after having played through Injustice 2, you know, and it's this edgy, dark universe where Superman is evil and all this, I think I'm going to be moving on to something more righteous and wholesome and inspiring. So, join me next time where I play through Captain America Super Soldier.
Darkseid wins.
And until then, bye for now. And as always, leave me suggestions for games you'd like to see me play. Bye for now.